The good surprise is the recession is not what people could have feared in September or October at the peak of the crisis. There is another surprise which has to do with a component of growth. Because usually we see France a bit resilient because of the size of consumption. This time things are different because there is a surprising positive contribution from investment, and people could have thought that given the endless crisis of the Eurozone, companies would adopt a wait-and-see attitude, I would say. Second, we had also a good surprise when it comes to foreign trade, because there was a contraction of import and an unexpected expansion of exports despite of a crisis.
If you look at the last 10, 12 years, look back since 2000, what has Germany done? Germany has grown cumulatively 25% in nominal terms since the start of this century. Now that's a figure which is almost as bad as Japan during its Great Depression. I mean, this is not a good figure, and this is the key issue. If we're going to grow our way out of this debt crisis, we need nominal growth. Germany hasn't had that for the last decade, and I don't think we're seeing momentum in Europe either. Germany had a very bad downturn in the crisis. It's bounced back from that, but it doesn't have the momentum. Germany is urging what it went through on everybody else in the Eurozone. The problem with that is that if everybody else does this, they won't get their debt under control.
There is still a weakness in growth, generally speaking. France was a positive surprise, Italy has been a negative surprise, and those countries are big enough to kind of offset each other on the European aggregate.
Of course, the recession will be mild, but of course you have big discrepancies across countries. I mean, if you take just the big ones, no need to speak about Greece, of course, but you will probably have Germany and France in a slightly positive territory for the whole year, while you will have a contraction in both Spain and Italy that are implementing very, very tough programs.
So what remains in front of us now is, I think, a couple of questions, really. The first question will be whether confidence, and in particular, confidence in the industrial and services production sector, whether confidence will come back soon enough and strongly enough this year so as to sustain the recovery and to sustain an investment cycle which has not developed that badly in the fourth quarter of last year. And the second question mark we have, and I think the most important one at the current juncture, is whether or not the banking sector is going to finance the real economy.